Hi guys, and welcome to The Tale, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Our heroes are Tansy's wise, shard-mind sorcerer, Mpoko de Todo.
I'm watching this shit go down, and I hate rudeness, so I speak into one of their minds, being like, this is an important guy with an important thing to say, you need to listen.
Byford's wily elf ranger, Callow.
I am not their friend, but I am their fellow traveller.
Tom's volatile dragonborn invoker, Shadetch.
See how good the gnome tastes when charm grilled by your body Shadetch.
Adder's powerful human warrior, Albakai.
Yeah, do you see any like creatures on while we're walking? Deers and shit.
Yeah, man. Of course you do.
Can I kill one and pocket some deer meat?
And Ollie's mystical Eladrin warlock, Aramis.
And I am Aramis, the Unorthodox.
In our last episode, our heroes emptied the castle of enemies.
All over the floors of the courtyard and amongst the ash is literally maybe 100 dead things. Between drakes, kobolds, zombies, zombie dogs.
Returned to Leaf Town to collect their reward.
We've returned, Mr. Quinn, with our trophy skull of the dragon wizard.
Were refused their gold by Quinn.
If you are not willing to help me with my wear-out issue without waiting for payment, then I'm afraid that I cannot help you. And you should probably leave this town.
Okay,
So you will renege on your promise.
I do not believe that you truly have held up your end of the bargain either.
Planned a robbery to alleviate their losses.
Shadetch calls the kerfuffle, and then while that's going on, me and Aramis and whoever else break into the little building, ransack it, and then run off.
And eventually decided to head to the next town.
It only takes you a few minutes to leave the kind of forested area of Leaf Town, and then you're out on massive grass kind of plains. And you arrive at the city of Delin.
I want a haircut.
You wake up in the inn, which we named. I know I named
Sick. It was great, wasn't it?
No, it's a different inn.
Oh, it's not the great inn.
Travel Lodge.
It's called the Green Giant.
Okay, no, yeah, so you've just woken up.
Jolly Giant. No, the Jolly Giant.
You just wake up in your rooms, you're all set, all in the rooms next to each other, you all wake up, rock out into the hallway, very fortuitously the exact same moment.
Nice.
So you're now all stood in the
that's
hallway upstairs in the inn. In the town of Delin.
This time.
First things first, where the fuck is Shadetch? Anybody?
Dunno, I haven't
You
heard
know
of
what
it.
he's like.
Go knock on the door.
Yeah, open his door.
Please.
Oh no, I'm just going to walk straight in.
Okay, you just
Got no time for
No
Aramis
time
is
for that.
knocking, but you're already in there.
Already in.
Yo,
Straight past him.
But yeah,
I
no.
just shard swarm around him and like this, push the door open.
Nice.
No, yeah, the room is
yeah,
empty. The room is empty, but it looks like there may have been a struggle.
A struggle?
Ooh.
Um,
Oh well.
I'm
I
gonna
guess we
search
lost
the whole
Shadetch.
room and see
What are we
if
gonna
we've
do
got
without
anything
Shadetch, though?
tasty
He's
in
the-
Can
there.
we look
Anything
quickly?
crucial.
room, yeah.
Sorry, we're
Any
being really.
clues?
We should be
There's
more
nothing in the
panicked,
room,
guys.
it's just like a bed.
No, we should be more calm
Where the
and
fuck
like,
is Shadetch?
where's he at?
Okay.
When you
Yeah.
went, we were doing panic.
Are we checking out the room? Are we checking
Yeah,
out the local
yeah.
environment?
Tansy's checked out
Yeah,
the room and
there's
there's nothing.
Did you
in
find
there.
no
Nothing, no
clues?
clues. Okay, I give up. We'll leave a note for him, and then just hope that he returns to the scene of the crime.
This might be the greatest day of my time together with you guys. So far. We've been through a lot, but I
He
feel this
finally
moment-
speaks now Shadetch is not here.
Yeah. This is the longest
Yeah, it's the most I've heard him say.
Alright, so what do you want to do? You want to walk downstairs?
What were we actually doing just before we went to sleep?
You went to
What were we
sleep.
trying to do?
You went to sleep
We just
in
turned
like
up here.
you went to I think you had like a
It was very
middle of
late.
the day nap because you were going to go to the gladiator fight in the evening.
Oh yeah, we got tickets.
So it's now
What's
kind
the
of like
time?
We've got a
it's now
spare
kind
one
of
as
like
well, so we need to find someone
Is it
cool to
evening?
it's
invite.
now it's 5 o'clock.
Well, let's all put our finest frocks on and gladiator
The ring.
arena it is. Have we got ringside seats?
No, you just got standard.
What?
Oh what?
You
I
just
want
bought
to
some
go and
normal
get
seats.
I thought we paid
It's
extra
alright,
for the
guys,
good
on.
one.
Yeah, well, he
We're
got
gonna
bugged-
go
he
in,
got
we'll go and
robbed,
ask.
didn't he?
Got robbed.
We'll go and ask at the front desk.
We're not local.
Okay, so you've rocked out
of ringside.
So you've rocked out of the
Ask at the
strolled
front
down
desk.
the main street.
Go ask the gnome.
Strolled down the main street to the Gladiators Arena. It's all hustle and bustle. The marketplaces are open. There's loads of people around.
Is there any map shops nearby? Can I ask some people about map shops?
Yeah, do you want to ask
I
someone?
just want to nudge some guy that's walking past. Be like,
Hello?
yo, you know there any map shops about in town?
Map shops.
A map of the empire, of the world.
The Empire.
Both. A shop that sells all maps.
All of the above.
There's a great map in the throne room above the throne, but I don't think anyone is selling world maps. I don't think anyone's. They've got no cartographers in the town as far
Just
as
a
I'm
map
aware.
of the local area.
Yeah, it might be one or two for sale of local areas
Where?
around.
What
Just
shop?
go to the local shops. Probably not the armour shop, but there's one or two bric-a-brac kind of stores that just sell odds and ends up in the same area of town. Just here, in fact, he points across away from the Gladiators Arena to the little row of shops on the other side of the street.
Should we go and have a look?
Directly at one of
let's
the
have a
shops.
little
Yeah,
shop.
come on. Alright,
Okay, we go
alright.
to the
Cheers,
shop.
bud. See you later, mate.
Yeah, we'll
See
go
ya.
into the shop.
Bye,
Cheers,
mate.
for that.
Yeah, we're heading the shop.
Head in the shop.
What's happening in the shop?
Okay, so you rock into Odd One Out, which is the name of the shop, and inside there's just a little dwarfen lady sat there.
The odd one out.
Excuse me, dwarfen lady. Are you a healer?
I am nay a healer.
Do you know any healers?
The local cleric is a healer, as is I believe the mayor's cleric.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You got any
Cool.
maps for sale?
Yeah, more onto the map.
Misshapen dwarven woman.
She makes a little noise and then she turns around and rocks into the back. You hear her shuffling around for a little bit in the back, and then you hear her go, ah! Like that. She goes, I have a map of the areas south of Delling. Ooh, 5 gold.
I'll give you one.
4 gold.
I'll give you one. It's a tiny map. I have but 6 on me. I'll give you 2.
She gives you a stern look and says, 2 gold it is.
Deal.
She hands you a map.
Sweet.
What
What? We've got a more detailed map than that already.
We're in Delhi here. Let's have a look. Well, it's
Where's
covering a
down
lot
here?
of the same stuff. It's more zoomed out there.
Smaller.
There's so much shared stuff.
There's a miniature league in the Gladiators Arena in this town. We have 4 teams, and they all compete against each other, putting up fighters, and the winners of those fights gain points against each other in a league table.
Do they fight to the death?
Oh.
You do.
It sounds pretty sweet.
You
I
can
think we
put
would
bets
win.
on. There's many places to put bets on
Okay,
teams
sweet.
and things as well.
Imperial City. Is this more zoomed out? Is this more zoomed out than that one?
When I laugh in real life, I'm not laughing as
Any
character,
info
right?
on the size of these
Is
towns?
that alright?
Okay. Why? This is the old capital of the country here, Colossal.
Okay.
Other
Anything else
other large
important?
town. Ham Thicket is the large elvish town in the woods.
Not too far away, isn't it? Yeah.
I think
Does have
Capleton
a
might be
name.
where the great
Capleton.
library is.
That's
That's right. Strange. You see it?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I see it well.
I thought it sounded like a good name for a town. Capleton.
Is Capleton the Jamaican emperor?
Yes.
Capleton has the
go
Great
also.
Chapel.
We'll see.
Tawnley is the location of the Grand Library.
Okay,
Are
Colossal
we just
and
touring
Tawley.
towns?
Well, no, I
No.
think we should hit the cool shit and
Just
sit
trying to
with
get
something
some
cool.
info.
I want to find some people to add to our crew. No, if we can
Right,
go
we
and
can do
find a dwarf healer and a sick warrior.
You've been stood here for 10 minutes. You know the fight
Okay,
starts
yeah, let's
soon.
go.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
we should
see
really
ya.
get
Let's
Thanks
to the
for
arena.
that.
Do you know where
Thanks
the
for
arena
that.
is?
It's
What
like across
direction?
the road.
You crossed the road. Did
Okay,
you not
cool,
see it on your way in?
Yeah, I wasn't looking. I'm not very
We were
observant.
chatting, and we were chatting about
No,
maps.
because you have a town map, do you?
No.
They would be
Okay.
amazing though if
Yeah.
there was
She
town
gave us
maps.
all the
That'd
maps
be cool.
that she had.
Anywho, of
I'm
course.
just gonna make it.
Okay, so yeah, you stroll out of the shop. You rock through the little marketplace area, and you're back at the front of the arena.
Sweet. Okay, can we talk to the? Is there anybody at the entrance? Like, how do we? Get
There's
in?
loads of
Like,
people. Sorry, yeah, there's loads of people all
Some
around.
sort of queue.
Kind of. There is. It's not really a queue, but they're like all kind of just merging together to get through this large gate. You can see there's a
Are
couple
they
of these
queuing or
large
just literally
gates.
just walking?
They're
Okay.
just strolling
Alright,
in.
we'll
Let's go to
follow
the
them.
front
We'll follow
desk.
them.
We want VIP tickets.
We're
okay?
rolling
We'd be
through.
fucking-
So you stroll into the archway, do you, with the big group? You're amongst
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
No, they might be fighters. I want to ask them: is this the entrance for patrons to view what is going on inside?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah.
let's
This
go.
is the betting
If
aisle.
they've not got weapons,
Oh, right,
then I'm
nice.
not that
Okay, well,
worried.
that's
So you're in the crowd, in the hustle and bustle, all strolling through. As soon as you get kind of underneath the archway, you see that on the other side of the archway there is guys checking tickets.
All right.
But on either side of you on kind of like archways going off the sides of the hallway you're going down is like little kind of archways with betting shops in them,
Nice.
and you can go place bets.
Sick.
There's a purple one, a green one, an orange one, and a white one.
Who is the most renowned and well trustworthy betting?
They all seem to be sort of representing a team.
Oh right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can I go put a gold piece on the?
That was the
green one?
quickest way to find
Yeah,
out
there's
what the
4 of
options
us.
are. Yeah.
There's 4 of us. I
Oh,
think we
yeah.
should all work out as one team.
Yeah.
We should
Oh,
all
silver.
pick a
I want to put a
different
silver
stand and
piece
put one
on.
goal.
Silver piece
That
on.
whole
the,
goal. Go big or
Yeah,
go
I'm gonna
home,
get-
man.
Oh mate, I've lost so much gold. All right, go on.
We've
then,
got
go on.
hundreds of gold.
I'm saving for an
What are the
airship,
team
homie.
options?
Trying to start an air fleet out
Specifically at the
here.
desk.
Oh no, hang on.
Yeah, what are the odds on this
Yeah.
then?
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna grab you. You're gonna rock up to a place. Hang on, I haven't actually written down odds.
What?
Oh my god,
It's
right?
1 in
Wait
4.
for it. I don't want to question the economics of this stuff.
I don't think this is gonna go well.
What are the odds?
Hang on. For the first fight.
Yeah.
So the first fight of the day. There's 3 fights this evening.
Sweet.
First fight of the day
Do our
is the
tickets allow
whites
us
versus the
entrance to all?
purples. Sorry?
Do
Yes,
our
they
tickets
allow you
give us
entrance to
a-
all
Oh,
3
it's one on
fights.
one.
Yeah, there's 2 clashes of the whites versus the purples, followed by the big clash of the greens versus the oranges. It is the mighty Dragonborn versus their mighty Gnoll warrior,
Which is the
Oh,
Dragonborn, the green one.
the orange.
Oh, I want a gold piece on him.
But the first fight is a tiefling versus a young dwarven warrior new to the game. Better
Not
odds,
back,
better
that's
odds on the dwarf. He is renowned warrior,
What-
whereas the
what odds
tiefling,
do you
whilst
get?
being around for a while and having won some fights, has never been convincing.
So what are the odds?
2 to 1 on the dwarf,
Yeah.
and 5 to 1 on the tiefling.
Ooh.
You're both looking at each other so like trying to work out whether it's good or not.
Okay, yeah. Can I literally put a gold piece on each? I was like, I don't know how. Well, I get my money back or I
Yep,
get
whatever
5
happens.
Can't bet on both.
Oh, okay,
Huh?
well, let's
Can't
both go
bet.
in. We can't invest
I'll
money
be
till we
generous
start.
and put 5
This
pieces on the
bookies
door.
doesn't really know how to calculate odds.
Oh dear.
Your name is Bet Fred. Is it not?
Okay, so Tansy's put 5 gold pieces on the dwarf in first fight.
Gold pieces on the
Fuck
top.
it, yeah. Have some
Fair
faith
enough.
for him.
Fair enough.
5 on the door.
Yeah.
And he was the favourite on
2
2
to
to
1
1 odds.
Yeah.
And you definitely won't let me put money on both.
Yeah.
There's other people that I can
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
other bookies that I can
No,
go.
you can put money on whoever you like. Tansy's put money on the dwarf. And
Yeah.
Poco, you know what I mean? You're a different person.
I know, but I still want to bet on both.
He wants to come out on top himself, not as a group. It's different then.
Yeah, I'll put... the thing is, we both go in on the friggin' dwarf.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You're going to lose a gold. We're just going in the arena.
Yeah, just
I'll,
let's
I'll
put...
split if we win
I'll
it.
put
There
two-
you go. There you go. Look.
I'll put 5
Syndicated
gold
with Tansy.
on... Yeah, okay, I'll put 5 gold on the tiefling then.
Okay.
Could get 25 gold out of this.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I'll split as well. Then
Neither
we
of you
both go
guys-
5.
I wanna-
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
both-
no.
turns to.
Oh, do we have to
turns
wait
to the
hours
elf
for the
and,
next fight?
human.
Exactly.
Oh,
Sorry?
did wait,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
that's 5 back.
Oh.
Third fight kind of thing. We're
Wait,
going to
I'll
have to wait
put... Do I
around.
put 5?
What?
What's
We're
that?
going to have to wait around here to see
Five,
the
I
third
put
fight.
five.
Nice.
What do you mean?
Well, the third fight.
So yeah, we
I
only
bet
get
on
our
that
money
one.
back.
Is that
Oh,
gonna take
right.
ages waiting
12.5
around
gold
here?
each.
No, you go watch the other fights and then come back and bet between fights.
Can't just bet on the third fight now. Just...
No, yeah, you can bet on any fights you want to at the moment, actually, yeah, sorry. So the second fight is 2 humans at 3 to 1 and 7 to 1.
Not involved.
2 humans at 3 to
You're a
1.
human, do you know?
And 7 to 1.
Yeah, I'll put
Yeah.
a gold on each.
Literally, we've got to use this to our max. I'll put 100 gold on one, you put 100 gold on the
I'll
other.
put 100 gold on the one, 7 to 1.
Okay.
As long as we was... Okay, well, yeah. Well, I don't know now, we've got like 3-way thing going.
Yeah, it's a bit confused.
I don't know how
Oh,
to
wait,
figure
what?
that out.
This is a different one.
But it's the
This is a
same.
different
It's the
fight.
same principle. Really, he should be doing something like
Are you allowing
3
me
to
to
2,
put these golds on
and
both? 'Cause I'm
3
really
to 1 or
confused.
something. Something that you actually don't guaranteed make more money in. I don't know what odds it has to be, but bookies would never end up in a situation where
Well,
you
you can
could
bet
put
on
a
every
bet on
one,
both
really,
and make
yeah.
money out of it. Sorry, I'm not actually. I didn't think there was much chance that during your quick go through every scenario that could possibly happen in the game, you thought through the economics of a
No, I did
gambling
not.
scenario.
No,
So it's totally
Perhaps we shouldn't go
forgivable
ahead
and
with
understandable.
these bets.
I'm fine with
Because
it.
we're about to make hundreds and hundreds
I know,
of
this is
gold
a good
here.
way to go.
We're going to make peas here.
Well, so he put his bet on for 100.
Yeah.
On which one?
7 to 1 human.
And then I'll go, what's
It's a
the other one?
5 to
3 to
1
1.
view.
3 to 1.
Yeah, I'll go 100 on the 3 to
on
1.
this one. Wait,
And then we'll just do it for the third one, and then we'll just share out our winnings.
Overall.
You want to put 100 on the other two?
Oh
as
wait,
well?
Calais, do you want in on the action?
I'm staring blankly at the vendor throughout. I'm not saying anything.
So what? You want to do it the same way? Like, wait, do you want to bet on Dragonborn or the Knoll?
What are the odds on this one?
Big, 8 to 1 on the Dragonborn,
Yeah.
5 to 1 on the Knoll.
Yeah, I'll bet another 100 on the Dragonborn.
Ollie, 100 on the Knoll.
Yes, please.
Wait, we can all just remove our stakes from the winnings, right, and then split whatever is left.
Yeah, I was gonna just
Nice.
write down what we all put in, and then we can just split all the winnings ourselves.
Nice.
Then we're not. We can
Is this
still,
yours
we
or
can
mine,
still
James?
all
Is that yours or mine?
cheer for our one, even though
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how to script Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know
then
is
we'll
8
just
to 1
split all the
human.
winnings.
8 to 1 human.
So wait, the last one was Dragonborn versus a what? No.
Yeah, in the first fight.
And yeah, can you make mine 100
Yeah.
too then? Sound. I'll write all that down as well. I want to be able to chill off.
All right.
Human.
So you've made your bets. You want to stroll up to the ticket?
Yeah, let's
What
go
was the
for a
last
day
one?
at the
Did we go
arena.
100 on the last
Dragonborn
one
versus
too?
something. Yeah, I'll put 100 on the
First
Dragon.
one's Tiefling versus.
You got
Dwarf.
100 on every fight.
Sweet.
There's
Each,
gonna be an
every way.
earthquake or something, and the whole game will be ruined, and none of us will get our money back.
Oh
It'll be a
no!
twist.
Thanks for the idea.
So I need to deduct 200.
Yeah, we've all got to deduct 200, but
No.
whatever the odds are, we
You
don't
and
know
me
the results
200
yet,
each,
but we're
right?
guaranteed to end up with more than 600 at the end of this.
All right,
So
so
you get steak as well. Okay.
you
Yeah.
stroll up to the guy. The guy asks to see your tickets. You all pull your tickets out. What are you doing with your extra ticket, by the way, guys?
Oh yeah, we
Can we
You've
give
still
it
got
away to
you've still got
somebody that
you've still
looks-
got 20 minutes, half an hour before the fight
Ah,
starts.
right.
Well,
alright.
if CSO was, can we go and tout? Is it legal
Yeah,
to
go on.
tout?
Tout.
You want to go and tout?
Is it legal to tout?
Do you want to go and tout?
Is it?
You
Can I
don't
ask
know.
someone?
You don't
No,
know if it's
we
legal.
don't want to.
Can I
We
ask
do
the
not want
rookie
to.
if he minds if I tout? He'll know.
Can we wander in the market and be like, is there anyone about?
What are you rolling for?
I was rolling to see if any of you spotted someone who might want to buy a ticket.
Oh, okay,
No.
nice.
No.
None of you did.
That's
Alright,
fine.
let's go inside.
Let's roll in. I
Let's
want
go.
to hear the results.
Okay. What do you mean the result? You don't want to watch the fight?
No, we're just here for the results show, innit? Goal show.
All right. So yeah, you stroll in, you give your tickets to the guy, and you walk through, and there's like a massive. It's like your typical kind of like a big sand circular area, and there's like tiered seating going all the way up. So you stroll up. You don't have specific seats actually, even though like I think they may have tried to tell you that it was seated. When they sold you the tickets, but yeah, you just go in and you've sat down quite near to the front. Actually,
Ringside.
so you've got some pretty good, not quite ringside because they're all obviously taken because you weren't first in, but like
Close.
4 or 5 rows back, so you're doing
Nice.
okay.
Nice.
So you just sat down, like still got kind of 20 minutes before the fight starts.
What time
Is
is
it
the last
busy or is
fight?
it empty?
Sorry,
Is it like that scene in Life of Brian? Where they're just sitting on the steps.
Sitting
no,
on-
it's
chatting.
It's filling up. So you sat down, yeah, and they're like, you hear over like a guy, a big fella, comes and stands kind of in the centre of the big sandpit and goes, "Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Without any messing around, our first fight is the white team's tiefling versus the purple team's dwarf." 2 little goats lower down. Yeah, the crowd cheers. Everyone's having a good time. The 2 guys rock out. There's a big tiefling. Tieflings look like demons, basically, but they're human. They're humanoid creatures, but they're like descendants of demons. So they've got like curled horns, red skin, like. And this is a big one, proper like kind of 6'5", massive guy. And out of the other gate strolls quite a young-looking dwarf with quite like doesn't even have one of those huge bushy beards.
Does
It
he
has
look like a
quite
healer?
small beard.
I thought the dwarf was renowned, right? He's
know
the
Tordek?
likely winner.
Yeah.
Uncle Tordek?
Do you recognise this toe?
The tiefling appears to be carrying no weaponry whatsoever,
Well, that sounds fucking...
and is just wearing
Oh,
a
magic.
pair of trousers in a bit of a Hulk style look, in just kind of trousers, no top, massive guy. The dwarf is carrying an axe in either hand. Can you both roll your
Dual
dice?
wielding.
Mm.
Interesting.
Oh fuck.
They step in.
That's right, we want the tiefling to win.
Hey, we want money!
They step in. And they start advancing towards each other. The tiefling swings with a big swinging fist. The dwarf ducks under it and swings an axe. The tiefling pushes the dwarf away. They're now standing squared off against each other again. The dwarf swings his axe full pelt at the tiefling. The tiefling at the same moment goes and punches the axe, uppercutting the axe upwards so that the dwarf's arm swings up in the air. The tiefling goes for the follow-up blow, but the dwarf dodges out of the way.
Dun dun dun. What's happening down there? Can't see.
The dwarf takes a few steps backwards. They appear to have they're trying to suss each other out. As the tiefling takes a step forwards to go in for another attack, the dwarf throws his axe. The axe lands in the tiefling's shoulder, and the tiefling stumbles backwards, looking weakened. Roll your dices.
Dun, 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 dun.
11.
Dun, 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 dun.
16. The tiefling pulls the axe out of the wound and advances on the dwarf, swinging with powerful blows. The dwarf is barely defending himself now, with only one axe to attempt to parry these heavy blows down on him, and is stepping backwards.
Oh my god, the crowd is
Tense,
going
mate,
frigging
tense.
crazy.
I'm sitting
never
perfectly still,
experienced-
just staring at the action blankly.
I've never experienced atmosphere like this. Callow, how do you feel right now? Are you euphoric? You look it.
No emotion.
I stare at Aramis.
The battle continues onwards as they hack and slash at each other. The tiefling appears to be taking significant wounds, but the dwarf is tiring and taking some heavy hits too. As the tiefling goes for one large kind of axe swinging blow, the dwarf pulls this impressive bit of sleight of hand to pull the tiefling's axe out of its hand, and the dwarf now stands there holding two axes up against the tiefling. The dwarf throws the two axes, both of them at the same time, and they cleave the head off the tiefling.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, mate.
Spectre
Don't
out
be
there.
happy, we only made our money back on
I
that one.
fucking
No,
hated
what?
this guy.
It was 2-1.
Yeah, so we got
Oh, yeah,
4.
I
We
guess.
got 300 off our 200.
Yeah, we got 200 off. No.
Yeah,
It was
steak
3 to 1,
plus
was
two
it?
No, 2 to 1.
2
So
to
you
1.
get the steak and 2 times.
Oh, did you get your steak back?
Yeah.
We made 100 quid.
Better odds than I even
Yeah.
thought we were getting. I thought it was just make your money back
So
on
I
that
made
one.
300.
The
But
crowd
the other ones are even
roars
better
with
than that.
excitement.
Hey! I mean, I'm unhappy, but I'm still
Made
happy
a
for
hundo.
us.
Made a hundo.
The announcer comes out, back out onto the sandpit in the centre, as the dwarf is still celebrating and the tiefling's body is being dragged off, and announces loudly, "Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. One of our fighters has been injured in training prior to the battle,
We
and
need
the
someone to step
second
in."
battle is not going to be happening. We are not having the fight between the humans. The two humans cannot fight today, for the purple human's warrior
I was going to give a sweet
has taken
He's limited
a
us.
serious eye injury."
sauce. Well, they put on another battle
Just
instead.
find another human.
Is there going to be a battle at 6 o'clock, whatever the last one?
It's at, the first one was at 6.
Oh,
It's now like 6:30. That was a big fight.
Okay.
oh, yeah, we slept until the evening, not morning. Okay,
Yeah. And then so he says, "So now it is the battle between our mighty Knoll warrior of the green team and the indomitable dragonborn of the orange team."
So he was, what was it, 5 to 1 on the Knoll and 8 to 1 on the Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
So the Dragonborn's less likely to win.
Yay!
Knoll, a 7-foot tall hyena man.
What?
Oh my
Wow.
god, that's
The knoll was
amazing.
small.
Hyena
Nah,
man.
look, I'm gonna get Knoll up for you guys.
I thought you meant it's a hyena man.
It is a hyena.
But not like man. Like,
No,
I get it. I
know
get
what
it.
I mean.
Yeah.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
One of these massive yellowy green hyena men with huge claws, sharp teeth, and white eyes strolls out of one of the gates. Out of the other gate, a slightly smaller but still large lizard dragonborn man strolls out. He is all blue in terms of his scales, but a dark blue, a royal blue,
What colour is Tom's scales?
red, I think.
Disappointing.
A blood red? Does that
Not
sound
royal
better?
blue.
No, then that was Callow being disappointed that it wasn't Shadette.
Okay.
As they're kind of squaring up to face off, you hear shouted from someone sat on your right, over across you, someone being like, "You're gonna fucking lose this one!" You turn to your right to see a man in full armour stood there shouting, looking like he's directly pointing at another guy who's also in full armour, maybe on the other side of, not on you guys,
that's
past,
cool then, that's
past
cool.
you
That's
guys,
cool.
to
Not
another
me.
bloke on the other side. And they're arguing and shouting at each other and laughing about how the other one's going to lose the fight, and they do not look friendly to each other. This
Are they
does
the
not
two
look like
humans?
No.
Can we not see if they actually want to go in the arena? Like,
It's a dwarf. There's a large.
See if they want to go in so we can bet on
about
them.
3.
There's a dwarf with a big
We could
bushy
become
black
the
beard.
bookies. Don't you see there's an opportunity here, lads?
On your right is the human stood, a large human with an angry looking face, scarred as well, shouting at quite a hefty looking dwarf with a big bushy black beard. And yeah, they're just going back and forth at each other, and it sounds hostile.
And
the fight's
But you said smiling and laughing, right?
Not
Not
smiling,
laughing.
No, this is
Oh,
hostile.
so they were laughing.
No. They're
Oh, right.
aggressively shouting at each other.
Can we shuffle like to some seats that aren't directly in between the two?
Yeah, so we can
the
watch
place
them
is-
as well as
The
watching
place
the
is
fight.
packed out now. There's basically
Oh.
nowhere else to
Well, it's
sit.
all right. They're not going to get.
Well, they're not going to mess with us.
No,
We're
but I didn't want them getting in our way
Yeah,
of the fight.
they might start
So if
shooting
we go
arrows
up
and
high,
we'll
we
get
can
caught in
sort
the
of see.
crossfire.
I think we're
Shooting arrows.
The
Hopefully,
dungeon
there's
master will
guards
still
about,
describe
right?
it
There's
to
guards
us.
that will take them out.
Just because we can't see it doesn't mean the dungeon
Who
master
knows,
doesn't know
though?
what's going on. Surely it doesn't matter.
Dungeon Master will describe to you. You
But
can
he'd be
see
like,
the back.
you
of
can
a
just see
dwarf's
the back.
head.
Yeah, literally. You're not going to say what's going on. The back of a dwarf's head. Anything else? Hairs on the back of a dwarf's head. The nodding of the back of a dwarf's
The
head.
Dragonborn is carrying a huge two-handed sword, and he walks up to the gnoll who is carrying a morning star.
Okay,
One
the
of
fire-
those-
the fight's happening.
Yeah, the fight's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
One of those, mate, you know, like
Yeah.
spikes ball on a chain. Got one of those. The Dragonborn swings a blow downwards at the gnoll. The gnoll takes the hit, but stands there looking like he doesn't give a fuck.
What from the two-handed sword?
It's gone like into his shoulder, but only maybe like kind of half an inch into his shoulder. It looks like he's got.
Does
some
it make a
sturdy
magical
skin.
Well, I
explosion,
wish
or is it
Ness
just a
was
normal
here to
sword?
put
Just
him
a
in his
sword.
place.
The gnoll with the sword still in his shoulder swings the morning star into the dragon's chest. The dragon rebuffs backwards, pulling the sword out as he stumbles away. The gnoll then advances with his morning star swinging over his head, smashes the dragonborn in the side of the knee, crumpling it down to the floor, and then goes up again, swings at its head. Dragonborn moves its head out of the way, but one of its horns on the top of its head is knocked clean off and goes pinging off into the crowd. The Dragonborn stands back up. With his other horn, headbutts the gnoll in the chest, impaling him, and then pulls the sword back and goes for a stabbing blow. The gnoll rolls out of the way of it, though, a standing spin. They both pull their weapons as far back as they can and then swing powerfully at the same time. The two weapons go ping as they clash off each other, and the Dragonborn's sword, you see a little chip come out of it. The gnoll leaps forwards, Morningstar spinning above his head again, and smashes it clean into the side of the dragon's jaw. The dragon's whole body wobbles and he falls to the ground, but he stands back up quite quickly, dazed and stumbling around. The Dragonborn swings with the sword. The gnoll leaps backwards out of the way of the attack, only taking a small grazing attack across his chest, a small grazing cut. The Dragonborn begins advancing, swinging heavy blows down. The gnoll takes a few more blows, like directly into his arms, but just carries on, retreating backwards. The Dragonborn still appears to be stumbling, but trying his hardest. And then, just as the Dragonborn goes for what looks like it might be the killing blow, the gnoll is kind of back on one knee now. The gnoll swings the Morningstar up into the chin of the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn lifts clean off the ground and lands with a thump. That's
He's
it.
dead.
He's dead.
Oh, mate, I
He's
thought
dead.
Dragonball might just come back.
He rolled a 1 when the other guy rolled a 19.
We still got 600 for that one.
Nice.
We get our 200 back on the second one.
Nice.
So that's 1100 total.
What? From 6 plus 3? 600 plus 300 is 11.
We got
Something like that.
no plus 200 back for the original.
The dwarf
For the
stood
second
to your
one,
left,
Sorry, for the second one. That
bellows with
have a
laughter,
result. We get both of our £100.
and stands.
No,
and
we
as
lost
he
one side of the
stands,
bet, right?
so do
we put
10
£100 on
other
a 5 to 1.
armed armoured
Yeah,
men
5 to 1
who
gets
appeared
you
to have been
600,
stood around him.
Yeah.
They all
So
stand
the
up and
first
turn
round
to look
was
at the
2 to 1, which got
man
300.
who
And then
was
the second round, which was
previously
cancelled, we get
berating
our
them.
200
Oh,
back.
He
Yeah, nice.
stands up too and goes,
So get
I see,
1100.
"You
I
fucking
see, I
made
see.
that
Well,
fight
like
happen, didn't you? You
three.
made
Well,
them
everyone gets
win."
their 200
The two men
back.
advance
Yeah,
at each other. They meet
366.
directly
No, you
in
have to
front
take-
of
we have
where
to
the
take our
four of
stakes
you
out.
were
I'm doing
sat.
that, don't worry.
And they-
366
and the-
went and 6 silver.
The dwarf swings a punch.
That's
No,
each.
surely it's the
The human
1100.
takes the
That's
thing
each.
on,
So
and then
1100
suddenly
minus the
there is a
600.
full-on brawl
166.
between 20 men
So if you never
happening
took the
all
200
around
off,
you.
You can. So
I put my head in my hands
right.
as if to look really
36,
annoyed.
yeah.
Is it not 1100 and then we all
And
take
I'm
the
still
200
casually
stakes
sitting
back
there
each,
for the
so
time
that
being.
it leaves it as 500 and then we split the 5.
There,
Let's
that's it.
see what we got.
OG?
It is
That's
so.
Jack, are we
I'll show
carrying
you what-
weapons?
I'll show you
It's
at the end.
500.
No, sorry, I forgot to
four
mention that.
ways.
Yeah, your weapons were
weapons
taken
in
off
there.
you when you.
No.
when
Because it's
you got
1100,
tickets.
right? And then
Well,
we all
should-
want our stakes back.
Were they
'cause we
taken
put
off
in
us or
stakes
did we
after
just
you
not
took
bring
our
them at all?
put stakes in, whereas
Did
you
we
didn't.
bring
So
them
you
with
take
us?
200
We did
back.
bring
Yeah,
them with
yeah,
us.
yeah,
She
you
takes
brought
200
them
back,
with
I
you,
take 200 back first off.
Well, and you're splitting it with
And then we split.
Callow as well. You
Yeah.
can get in on the action.
Wow, we still got split.
I don't want your dirty
He,
money.
he
What?
stared careless. Like, he
No,
was
no, no.
totally welcome to get in on it.
My people don't gamble.
What? Yeah, but you can still share in the winnings, right?
Never.
Are there civilians around me, or are they just people fighting?
There are civilians
Alright,
as well.
do it
But
as you
some of the
wish then,
civilians,
Ollie.
some of the villains seem to have joined up and picked sides and stood as if this is not like
What is
just a
going on
random
here?
fight.
This
What
is
have you
like-
done?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you missed it.
Villains?
I put one hand on Aramis and one hand on Abakai, and I don't say anything, but I shake them and then look over at what's going on.
What is happening, guys?
What's going on?
There's a mass brawl all around
Big
you.
old fight.
In-
You
Inside
guys
it.
have literally been sitting there completely oblivious, just
Yeah.
like discussing
So all
money.
this stuff that's
Me and a Poco de Todo. I've
We're
been
just-
kind of like here, like
guys.
Yeah, because you two are
guys
quite
just
observant most of the
neutrally.
time
Yeah.
anyway, so you're just sat there like, what the fuck is going on?
yeah. So between us, we are just like basically here, like static. While
Can we
it's on
get
the
out?
figure.
Yeah, can we just head towards the like
Can we just
stairs?
casually-
There's
Yeah.
a massive fight happening. Some of the civilians have got involved, and you hear
In
people
the
shouting
arena
things
or
like,
in the stands?
they killed the blacksmith, and like, it's their fault, and like, get them out of this town and stuff.
we
at
kill
each
a
other.
blacksmith
No,
anywhere?
none of this is being
Yeah.
shouted at you.
Okay, right.
This is being
just
shouted amongst civilians at
Did you
one of
just
the
say what
groups
you said?
involved in the fight.
Shit.
I just assume that's where it's been gallivanting
It's
all
been
night.
let loose in the town overnight. Everyone hates. No, can we head towards an exit stairway then to go chat
Yeah,
to
we
our
just wanna
bookies
get
then,
out.
Basically, we're out.
Yeah, we want to go to the
We're
bookies.
You
I
have
want
to
to go
kind of,
explore town.
you have to kind of fight your way out a little bit.
We have to fight. We don't want to fight. Then we've
We're
got to
fucking
take
sitting in
sides.
the arena. Where are the guards? What? It should be full of guards. We're in a big city.
The guards were sat with the dwarf. They're the ones who were part of initiating the fist fight.
Oh, it's
Sorry,
alright
yeah,
then.
the
so we
guys-
can back
it's-
out because they're not going to start. On
Basically, what it looks like is that what look like soldiers are fighting against what look like town guard, and the civilians have joined in, kind of picking sides and fighting alongside.
we need to get out of here.
Yeah, we just don't want to get
But it's all a
involved.
fist
Yeah.
fight. It's all a fist fight. Everyone's. I forgot to mention this. Sorry, but all of your
Hmm.
weapons were taken off you when you came into the place. Like so.
Oh,
Can I
okay.
casually make my way towards the exit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
can
we all
try
want to
and
use our
slip
stealth.
out.
We
Yeah.
all
Can we
use our
attempt
stealth
that?
and our
Yeah.
streetwise, and we'll roll, and then we'll just
An
That's
acrobatics.
alright, okay, you
and-
slowly-
get out of there.
You slowly
Acrobatics.
kind of squeeze your way out. You all get out of there. You all manage to make your way out to where the ticket is. You'll pick up your weaponry,
Yeah, and then go to the bookies.
go to the bookies, and they all appear to be empty.
What? Well, then we're just going to take all the money.
There's no money in there. There's nothing
What?
there. Like all of
Can
like
we go collect our weapons?
basically
What are you
everyone
talking about?
everyone is running
Okay.
out of the
Missed
place
that.
because of the fight that's kicked off.
Because of a
Everyone's
fist
just
fight
leaving
in the arena. It's not humongous.
between the
right?
captains, but they know more about the context of the fist fight than you do.
Oh my.
So they're trying to get out of there.
Can we stop someone that looks like they might stop and talk to them, please?
Can we stop somebody that looks
You
like
can
they
grab
might have
someone
some
who's trying to
money
run
on them?
past
Yeah,
you,
he
yeah?
doesn't look like they'll.
Yeah, start
Jump
on you or
us.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What? He says as you grab
What's
him.
going
going
on?
It's kicked off again.
Again?
What's caused this?
Have you just got here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guard captain and the general, they've been fighting again. It's all kicked off.
When will it calm down so we can pick up our money?
Last time this happened, the blacksmith was killed.
Oh,
And he runs off.
okay. I know where the blacksmith is.
He's dead.
Yeah. How's that? He is dead.
Um,
Oh, I needed him to fix my bloody sword.
I
so
wanted to
you're
get
gonna.
trained by him.
What do you want to do? You're kind of stood just in the archway. Now,
We're going to go back in there and kill the guard captain and the captain of the guard. Those two guys are the same. No, you're right.
So what's your best guess? Like, when can we get our money for our bets?
He's left ages ago.
He ran away.
Dungeon Master.
He ran away.
Dungeon Master advisors. God damn it.
You don't
These
know.
bets.
You don't know.
Can we just stay here then until people come back?
Yeah, you want to hang
Also,
around?
like, you play the unorthodox
Yeah.
role so well, and an Eladrin so well, because you're actually like exactly what the book says an Eladrin would be like. Like they're kind of like, because they're otherworldly, they're not really with it, like in the real world so much in a way. They're really with, isn't that right? They're kind of like they're kind of like more with the spiritual world. They're not really like, so they do.
You're just kind of popping your head
socially a
into
bit
reality, being
different.
like, "Yo, what's actually going on here?"
So in the spiritual world, you can talk to anyone at any time or whatever. But when someone actually leaves you physically, you're just like still talking to them, and they've literally just run past you. It's like, oh,
Right.
Well, I think we've all got to bear in mind I have a dragon.
that's tiny dragon.
That's
Yeah, it's
it's
tiny.
not as tiny as you think, you know. We looked at a picture, okay.
It sits on your shoulder. It's like a
It's not
parrot.
that small.
It's like a parrot.
How high
Size
in
isn't everything,
centimetres?
okay? He's a fucking sweet dragon.
Yeah, but you
And I've given him a
Oh,
name.
dear.
It's got a fairly large
It's not even
wingspan.
trained.
I've given him a name, okay?
What's it
the
called?
name?
Fidel.
Sick.
Nice. Oh, I had inside info on that.
Everyone knew already.
Nice.
Apart from Callow. Callow, this is news. My dragon
He doesn't
called
care.
Fidel.
He stares blankly at you.
Fucking hell, Callow!
No, I
Talk
say
to me,
blankly,
man.
but then I nod once,
Yeah.
which is my. I'm
From
sorry.
a South American. Wait, you're a South American. Is your
What?
panther named after a
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
yeah.
Quite
South
Timor.
American?
Yeah. I was like, what's
Mine's
he on
named
about?
after a sort of Central American. Maybe
Maybe they can be friends.
Yeah, I mean, they're not be from the same
We're just
century.
a couple of guys
They're just a
hanging
few
out,
centuries apart.
watching some sport, drinking some brews, you know. Couple of guys.
So, as you have just been stood here having this chat, you see that the fight has now outside. You're stood still in that kind of long archway hallway where you were.
Yeah,
And
really
on-
strategically good position
on-
to wait for 6 hours.
On either side of this hallway now, there is fighting going on.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and the fighting is slowly moving its way into the hallway.
You know
Where
when
are these
you...
people appearing from?
What? It's loads of soldiers and guards
So if
and
we
stuff
go
from
back in, they're
outside.
all slowly leaving. It'll be clearing that.
But there's still the ones who were
Can
originally
I
fighting
hop
inside.
one of the
They're ones
fences
coming
and rob
from
the
outside.
stairs?
You're inside you're in like a big.
You're not down with
hallway thing.
betting money, but you're down with going and robbing the till.
Oh, I see. You want to hop over the bookies. I see.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, there is no till.
No, that's what
Oh,
I
so
said
there's
earlier.
nothing to
When
rob.
they went now, I was like, well, we'll just have everything then.
Yeah.
But,
Well, okay,
it's
like,
just
They're
fucking
wise
hell, we're going
thieves.
to leave this area.
You can't leave the area. There is soldiers
door.
closing in on you on either side, basically.
What
None
we
of them
got?
attacking you, but it's just chaos on either side of.
We just want our money and then we'll get involved in this cool storyline, okay? Don't you see we're not concentrating? Can we see a bookie?
In the crowd.
You can try and
We
rock
leave.
through them. Okay, you try to rock through them, and as you do, you have to like dodge under people's.
I don't mind
attacks and
taking a
stuff.
blow as long as
Okay.
we're out of here.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
we rolling acrobatics?
We want to go
No,
back
I'm
to
just
the Jolly
rolling
Giant and
potential
sleep
damage.
for the night and we'll go back to the Colosseum tomorrow.
Well, I've rolled a 7 and a 9 and a 20, so I'm
The thing
sure
is,
I'm
yeah,
alright.
the issue is that if you just stroll through all these people fighting, they can provoke opportunity attacks
We're not
against
in a
you.
battle phase.
No, you're not, but they're fighting, and you're just walking through their
But we're
battle.
still fist fighting, right?
No, the ones on one side are fist fighting. The ones
Which
on the other
side?
side
Which-
have swords.
The exit
What?
side.
The
What?
exit has swords.
Oh.
The
We're not going to
entry.
go
Oh,
into
there's
the
back
Colosseum,
doors to
are
the
we?
bits, like the little vendor bits.
Yeah,
Back
you can
doors
try-
in there.
there's a little
I'm
door
gonna
through one of the
swarm
bookies.
inside one of them.
I'm jumping
Check-
over and
check the
following.
code.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, let's do
Yeah.
Let's all do
The
that.
door's locked.
Oh, piss
Oh.
off.
Okay, well, I use my
Lock
lock picking.
picking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use my
Yay.
thievery. I use my
Okay.
thievery.
What's your thievery?
12.
Right, I put
Okay,
it into
roll your
100.
dice.
13.
Okay, yeah, so you pick the lock. You're in a really small little back room.
Does this get out of here? Can we get out of the building from here?
No, it's just a room.
It's just a back room.
Can we
Yeah.
look around, please?
Yeah, it's just got like kind of like cabinets and stuff everywhere, but they're like shelving, loads of shelves.
Anything
There's
in
not
there?
too
Doors?
much on there. Just looks like lots of betting slips.
Any basement or attic doors?
There's nothing else in here.
Quickly
Oh,
check a
shit.
few drawers and stuff and just see there's no cash around.
So in one of the drawers you find 10 gold.
2.5 gold each. Fidel would get
So,
upset if I
what do you want to do? Do you
if
want
I
to
didn't
hide
shout
out,
all out?
hide out in the room and try and wait for the fight to blow over? You can hear it all kicking off outside.
I don't know, what if a fire starts and we fucked in here?
I want to stand behind the desk and watch.
So you're not even going to go in the room with these guys. You're just going to stand like in the kind of the bit that faces on
I'm
behind
going
the
to
counter.
sit down and pitch my tent in this little room.
I'll put the campfire down.
No, I just want to eat some rations, to be fair.
You start hearing noises that sound like orders being shouted out, and you slowly hear the fighting dying down. The door gets kicked in to the room you're in.
It's open. He's standing just outside it.
I thought you closed the door, did you not, behind you?
I didn't
I
close
think
it.
he said, oh, maybe I made
Close
that
it.
up. Maybe you didn't close it. Okay, right, so they just stroll up to you behind the counter and go, what the hell are you guys doing here? But you're watching it. You've seen this fight has slowly been kind of dying down because more guards have been coming in and basically arresting everyone, the guards and the soldiers combined. And everyone's being arrested and
Can I
taken
come out the
out.
room? Can I
And they
come
look
out
like
the
they want to
bloody
arrest
room?
you.
Can I come out the room?
Yeah,
We're just
you
trying to
walk
get
out.
out of the way of you crazy guys having a fight. We're just watching them fight.
Right, that's it. Up against the wall, all of you.
Where's our money? We've been robbed. I want the general.
Calm down, sir.
Bring me the general.
Calm down, sir. A sturdy dwarf rocks up to you, turns you around and puts you up against the wall.
Where's our money?
A sturdy dwarf.
Are you
How
going to
many
resist
people
arrest?
believing
How
this?
many
Are you
people
resisting
around
arrest,
us?
or are you
How
gonna-
many people are around us, Jack? Is it just the 2 guards, or
No, there's still loads of guys. There's like, okay,
People
so there's
fighting.
like maybe 30 guys on one side of the fight, 30 guys on the other side of
And
the
they're
fight,
still
all fighting.
fighting?
No, they're now all kind of slowly being arrested by maybe another
Are
40
these
guards
city
who've come
guard
in and
or are
arresting
they
everyone.
soldiers?
They look like the city guard rather than the soldiers, but they're arresting other city guard members
They're arresting other city guards.
as well as the soldiers.
They're the ones that
I
sort
don't
it
know
out.
what's going on in this town.
They, I just want the money, and then we can leave.
Can we show them our betting slips and say, look, we put a bet down on this fight and we went in to watch it, and then it all kicked off, and we came out here and the guys disappeared.
You're all
We
pinned
want
up
our
against the
money.
walls at this point, being arrested.
I know.
But he's
Being
listening. He's
arrested?
listening to your
Isn't
What
tale.
are we
Well,
arrested
no,
for?
great.
What is the reasoning?
He doesn't say anything.
can I use my stealth to go invisible?
Yeah, I was literally just like, we gotta sneak the fuck out of here.
You've all been handcuffed.
What?
I'm going to shard
Unless you
swarm out
want to,
those
like, none of you-
handcuffs.
Okay,
What
wives.
for?
Yes.
What
Okay.
are you doing?
I'm just going to shard swarm out
I
the
know, I was
handcuffs
gonna
and then,
teleport
like,
ages ago, I just
yeah,
didn't want to
just
leave
away.
them in the shit.
No,
Like,
we'll go
You
get
can't teleport
help.
very far.
Yeah.
I could have teleported across a whole crowd, I reckon.
No, you
The
can
crowd
yeah,
earlier
you
with the
can- yeah,
swords, I could have
yeah.
gone to the other side
Yeah,
of.
potentially.
But yeah, I know my predicament here is I can only use that once every 20 minutes anyway, so that even if I could teleport away from the guy trying to handcuff me, then...
I
You're
could,
surrounded
I
by
might.
lots
I want to
of
resist
guards.
arrest, I think.
I might-
I
Okay,
think
you
we're
want-
all in on it.
I'll-
No,
Like
you're not up for it. You want to get
press
arrested?
them and it will
No,
burn and
we-
disappear
Well, you're
and
getting
take
arrested
off
get
right
arrested.
now.
you,
We're not going to get.
if possible.
What does it do?
It
bloody
burns and
fighting the whole town,
disorientates your
isn't it, to get
foes
out?
and it
Should we
hides
diplomacy
you.
out there?
Forever. Yeah.
Okay, Tansy.
Yeah, we want to use
That's-
diplomacy to get out.
What are you up to,
Each
Tansy?
creature in blast 3.
What?
What are
What
you
are
doing?
I'm not kidding him. No. It's just being like. Although I am meant to be a diplomat, and now
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
please. Because if we
Out.
start this fight, it might go on
I've
forever.
got,
Yeah.
I've got
Guys,
9.
there's so many.
So you got like
I've got
15.
15. Yeah.
Like, okay, let's
Just do
diplomacy
that.
out.
Or bluff as well.
I just want to go to the Jolly Giant, have a pint,
The
sleep,
Jolly
come back
Giant's not
tomorrow.
even called the Jolly
It's
Giant.
called the fucking Jolly Giant, okay?
What is it?
He didn't have a name for it, did he?
Yeah, you drew some loads.
I can't remember what it was called.
So, what do you want to do? You're being arrested.
Talk our way out of
Yes,
this, please.
Tansy.
All right.
Yeah, please.
Except you realise that talking your way out of it doesn't prevent them from handcuffing you.
Cheers,
Yeah, but we're talking to them still.
Yeah, but they're like about to handcuff you. So if you open your mouth and start saying something, by the time you're halfway through
Can
saying
I
it,
acrobatics
they're
to
gonna
avoid
handcuff you.
Yeah, but we've got good diplomacy
Yeah, if
skills.
you want.
We think we can get ourselves out of handcuffs again.
To roll it. Plus your acrobatics.
6.
No, yeah. You attempt to like do like a skillful little roll out of the way, but all you like you can't get out of his grasp.
A
He's still
roll.
holding you there.
We tried to do a roll out the grasp of a dwarf.
My go-to. What am I good at? Like
Can we try and
rolling.
diplomacy with these cops and say, like, what actually is going on here, mate? And explain the whole story to them.
Yeah, who's going to do it? You.
Tansy.
About diplomacy.
Yeah. We can get out of handcuffs.
Roll your 20-sided dice and add on your diplomacy.
26.
So you're handcuffed.
Yeah, I know we're handcuffs, but we can
No,
still
you are
talk
now
about
Trying to
handcuffed and
explain the
being
story
marched
to
Diplomacy.
away.
them first. But what do you mean?
Diplomacy
This was
and
like the, yo, can we talk to you
Yeah.
roll?
Yeah.
What did it happen?
And whilst you would like,
Yeah, we
whilst you're
acknowledge- we accept-
explaining,
we
whilst
accept the
you're
handcuffs
trying
are
to.
going on. There wasn't anything other than resisting arrest that was going to do it. So we're just going to keep talking though and try and get out.
Okay,
of
yeah. So you're
handcuffs.
being marched with everyone else
For
out
what
of-
reason? We're protesting as we're marching. What,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on here?
That doesn't sound very diplomatic.
We've just come into this town.
We just came here to put some bets on and watch a fight, and now we're getting dragged off. For
If
no
this is how you treat your
reason.
visitors, I'm going to tell everybody I bloody
I want
know,
to
and
see
no
the
one will come
mayor.
here.
Give
Have
me
you
the
ever been on
goddamn bet.
TripAdvisor? Have you ever been? Hey? I'm gonna give you a terrible review.
Can I
Went
roll?
to the arena, got arrested for nothing. Lots of money.
Lost all our money.
Can I roll to try and escape their grasp and then walk away stealthily?
Walk away.
Can we show
stealthily.
them the best
So do a
bits?
strength
Look,
roll,
this
an
is
athletics
all we
roll,
want,
and then
there'll be no beef.
stealth roll.
Because there's a lot of you, a lot of guys being arrested, and not quite so many guards. They're not like grasping you all by the arm anymore. They've now just kind of got you herded into
Where
a
are
big
we?
group, and they're kind of
Are we in the
walking.
corridor still? Or are we
Now
out
you're
in
now
the
out the
street?
corridor and walking down the street, and towards the big keep.
Thing is, right, I've got a lot of streetwise and thievery skills, so I want to pick this lock
Thing is, if
whilst
we-
we're walking.
if we
so
mess
let
with
me,
these guys,
let me
right.
go for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thievery 12, streetwise 12.
Okay,
If I pick the lock.
making progress. You guys have now walked like past you've passed the arena. You're walking up into like kind of the big walled, towered gatehouse up to the main.
Who's
keep.
holding me? What?
No one's holding you. You're all just being herded.
Plus
One of the
one.
guards,
Shall I-
who's
shall I
fed up
do
with you all
Shall I
bitching,
try and
turns
tease
to you
you?
and goes, "Look,
I would-
you can
I'll
explain
pick
Okay.
your situation to Luke."
Well, how am I doing? I'm picking my lock.
Roll again. There you
Okay.
go. Okay, yeah. So Ollie
Am
has
I-
got his way out the
now
handcuffs,
can I look around?
but you guys are now through the main gatehouse and approaching
Don't
the
give it
main
away.
doors to the front of the castle.
Okay, can I look around? Is there anyone looking at me?
Well, you're like,
Is it
Where'd you
obvious
wanna
he's
be?
out of his things even, or is he
nah.
pretending?
I'm
make it
presuming
so
you're
they
keeping,
don't know.
you're keeping
Yeah,
your
yeah,
hands
they're
still
behind
there,
our
is it?
backs,
Yeah,
so
behind your
nice.
backs. Yeah, because they
Okay.
pinned you up backwards.
Oh, well, I'll just
Face
keep
first
the
on
lock,
the wall.
the handcuffs nearby, so it looks
Yeah.
more.
Okay, so
mincing.
where do you want to be? Like, I guess in the way that this has been going on, you could have tried to shuffle yourself to any part of the like.
That's
so
it,
like,
I wanna
be
get-
front,
yeah,
back,
to the
right.
Right,
or
the question
left,
is,
like,
we're just chatting discreetly amongst ourselves right now. Me and Tansy can just teleport out of there. Could be advantageous if we want to just come and grab you up, or we could distract them. Me
I
and Tansy
refuse
could
to leave
run,
without my weapon.
and then
Yeah,
you
but the
could-
que-
you
yeah, the
could
problem
use that
is-
You got your weapons
opportunity.
back.
The problem
You'll
is
get
if
your
we fuck with
weapons
these
back.
Yeah, we
guys,
got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yo, if
Now
we
you
fuck
came
with these
out,
guys,
you
we
got
may
your
not be
weapons
able to
back,
then
but like,
collect our bets.
We're getting herded, okay?
Yeah, but they said they're taking us.
They could be concentration camps.
You dickhead!
Sending us to the
Anything.
No, they
other
said they're
end,
taking
we
us
don't know.
Not
inside
inside.
to talk to Luke, and we can explain our story.
Right,
to
Luke, right? Adolf Luke. Do you not heard of him? No? Can I discreetly start trying to pick someone else's lock?
yeah, but that's
Can't
can't
we
even
chat to
harder.
And yeah,
Because
I
you've
want
also got to make it look like you haven't had your own
Yeah, yeah,
handcuffs.
you're
So
right.
you're gonna
Yeah,
have
he
to
just
walk
has to stand
backwards.
in. No, he just has to be in front of somebody. What? Oh right.
Yeah, but
there.
they-
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Back
I
to
thought
back
I
with
was
them.
like this.
Walk back to back with them and do it behind my back. Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, can we talk to Luke? Because we
You're
want
in the keep.
We want to keep
Yeah,
our
yeah, let's
money.
just keep walking. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
See what he says.
You're
You're
in
in
the
an
keep.
advantageous position.
You
though.
could try and roll a. You need a 30.
I rolled
You
a
walk in,
12 and then a 9.
And it's like a big kind of hallway going off right and left, and very immediately there is another door that appears to go back outside directly in front of you. Like the hallway's only kind of maybe 10 feet, kind of 20 feet wide, and there's doors on either side of the hallway. And you go out the other double doors directly in front of you, and you're back outside again, very briefly, in a little gardeny area. And then you go back through another set of doors, and you're in a hallway, and you turn left. You're all being marched through now, like they've kind of, like you're bottlenecking in through doors and stuff, they've got you all herded.
How many of
And then-
us are in this group?
Approximately 40. And yeah, then you get turn left once you're through the hallway and you're in the throne room. Which isn't really a throne room because the guy's
Is that
not
where the
really
big
a
map
king.
is?
That is where the
Can
big
I have
map is.
can I have a look at the big map while we're standing there?
Woo! You're just stood around waiting for Luke whilst I eat the ball one.
I'm staring blankly at the guard nearest me and making eye
You should
contact.
be ready to step up quick and use your diplomacy with Luke and just be like, "Why are
What's the
you
dealio?
treating us like
Yeah.
this? We are just visitors."
We're nobles, mate.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we
They
are
really
we are
come to-
heroes.
We've had the Legends of Your Cities tournaments,
We're
and we
heroes.
just
We are heroes. Just you wait till
The doors.
tell Shadek about this.
The doors you entered through open again, having closed behind you. And a dwarf strolls in, surrounded by 4 guards, a cleric, and a half-orc. Big fucker.
okay. That's just
What's his role?
So
Okay.
they stroll in. He goes and sits down on. It's not like a throne. It's just like a chair basically, but it's centre of the room sort of thing. He goes and sits in his chair, and he goes, Once again, you have all been caught fighting in the streets. We cannot have this anymore. People have already died. And he goes and he rants and stuff about the guys at all of you.
I cough and be like, excuse
Can
me.
we say we were actually trying to hide and not be in the fight
we are
at all,
peaceful.
to be honest. Yeah,
We
just
are-
come
We
to
are
watch the
heroes
fight.
We are
from a distant
honored
land.
Collect our
heroes.
bets.
Silence! He shouts at you. Who are you guys? Everyone else here is wearing armour of some sort that appears to be either of my soldiers or my guards. Who are these for?
This is correct.
Tansy, step up.
Turns to one of
Well, let's see.
I
Tell
will
him what
shut up.
honourable citizens we are.
the guard kind of comes up, kneels down, and whispers to the mayor, and then goes and stands back in front of his guys.
I continue to stare at the guard now.
Yeah, basically, we just came in to watch battle. We're newcomers to the city. And yeah, just wanted to play some bets. And then all this shit went down with
Heroic
your
adventurers
soldiers.
from far lands. Don't
We're-
forget that.
We're peaceful,
11.
Luke. Peaceful at heart,
15,
but we are also very
26
brave.
And
Very
very,
brave.
dangerous to mess
Very,
with.
very brave, dangerous people.
Yeah.
He's not happy. He looks at
Did
you
you
like...
hear his description of us?
No.
Oh, that would have made you give us up. Release us.
So he looks at you and goes, "A likely story.
We have
What do
proof.
you
My
think
guard
we
says
are?
my guard says that you were hanging around at the scene of the battle. Were you somehow inciting this riot?"
No, we were trying to get our winnings from the
We were
Colosseum.
between a rock and a hard place, aka your soldiers, and a big fight.
Is your arena not supposed to be a safe place where we can come and enjoy ourselves?
I agree.
Nah.
The men will be
That's fine.
reprimanded. Do not worry. There
Where's
will be
our,
punishments
where is our
for the
money?
men.
Here's
However,
my betting
Here's-
slip.
yeah.
Just because you placed the bet does not mean that you were not also there for ulterior reasons.
Well, we have only arrived this afternoon. We know
We're
nothing
very
of
tired.
the problems of this city. We wish only to enjoy ourselves.
Do tell us. We may be able to assist.
We may be able to help once we
Is there anything
have
we can help
what
with
is
if we
rightfully
stop
ours
the
returned to
beef
us.
between your guards?
Yes, first we would like payment.
So you are adventurers.
We are indeed
Yeah.
very, very brave, dangerous adventurers.
That's us. Very brave, very dangerous.
Those things.
The bravest, the most dangerous. We have the biggest weapons.
A guard comes into the room from outside through the doors, runs up to Luke, the mayor, whispers something in his ear. Luke looks angry.
What's up, Luke?
He turns.
Look angry.
He turns to the guard captain, who is one of the guys arrested. Who's
One of the guys arrested.
yeah, he was one of the inciters of the original fight.
So wait, when
He
you
was the
explained
big
it,
guy with the big
is it the
wrist.
same guards fighting the same guards, or they're two different sets?
No, there's guards and soldiers. Like there's guys wearing
Okay,
like
some of
guard
them are
uniforms,
soldiers,
and then
okay.
there's like soldiers. Yeah. And yeah, so the guard captain, and the general of the soldiers are both also in handcuffs right now as well with you guys, along with loads of their mateys. Yeah.
So Luke appears to be the king or the lord.
Yeah. Seems like this
He
captain
sits
has been
above
spied
both the
with.
guard captain and the general.
Yeah. Okay. So he turns to the guard captain and says, "I'm afraid your brother has been wounded in the battle. He's been taken to the medical center in the arena. They are treating him as best they can." The guard captain looks furious. Turns around, still hanging, and goes, "Why have you got me handcuffed? You know it is the soldiers who have brought this upon the city. Why are they even here? We do not need these soldiers in this city. Make them leave. We are the guards. We will guard this city."
Look, Luke, this sounds like a very long story and all that, but we want our winnings.
Your winnings?
Our winnings.
Luke angrily has turned to you, being like, "I'm clearly involved in some serious conversation right here. What are you chatting
Alright, I'm
about?"
sorry, Luke. I'll come back in 5 minutes. Keep going.
So they kind of hash out their thing, but Luke lays down the law that the soldiers have to stay. They can't leave. They're here for a reason. Doesn't divulge what that reason is, but he says that they're here for a reason, so they need to stay. He goes, "All of you are going into the cells for the night." He's not looking at you guys at this point. He's looking at all of the soldiers and guys and goes, "You're all going to think about what you've done, and you're all going to come out tomorrow, and you're going to be better soldiers and better professionals." And so everyone gets marched down, and it's just you four left.
Will our heroes be able to talk their way out of imprisonment? Join us next week to find out.